Welcome back to Central Valley Business. Our next guest is Patrick Fortune, and you're an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you go to law school, by the way?
I went to law school at George Washington University in Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you do your undergrad?
Undergrad at Stanford University.
Stanford. So you couldn't get into the good schools, I guess. No, that's great. That's exciting. What was your undergrad?
International Relations.
And then on to law school?
Mm-hmm.
Now, where's your office, by the way? Where can somebody go to get your service?
My office is on Shaw, the south side of Shaw, just between Palm and Fruit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And would you say you're kind of a generalist right now?
Yeah, as of right now, the most common answer that I give to people is that I practice door law, which is just whatever walks in the door.
Walks in the door.
Mm-hmm.
And are you on your own?
More or less. I do have a partner whose name is Dave Doyle, and so we've been working together. He's been practicing for about 40 years doing labor and environmental law. And so we kind of have our separate sides of the practice, but we work some cases.
He takes the labor and environmental, and you take everything else.
Exactly, yeah.
And so have you had any great, interesting cases yet?
So far I've had a lot of fun. It's a lot of times the minor battles and the minor issues where I'm able to make the greatest improvement and the greatest effect in someone's lives and really kind of feel the best about what I've been doing.
Well, I tell you what, our viewership, what do you call it, the people who watch us most of the time, and it's not because this is how they are, but a lot of people are getting DUIs right now.
Mm-hmm.
That they've changed the laws, they've made it tougher. People going out to dinner here in the Tower District having one or two drinks, next thing they know they're getting a DUI.
Yeah.
Do you handle some cases like that?
I do. I've handled quite a few DUIs or any type of criminal law. Fresno County has been cracking down very hard. And depending on which judge and which courtroom you're in, punishments can be severe even for a first offense.
Demographic was the word I was fumbling for. Our demographics are people with DUIs, but that may be every TV channel and radio station now because so many more people. And we're coming up to the new year, and some people are going to get popped and stopped.
Mm-hmm.
What should they do if they get pulled over? Should they call you before they let the police officer knock on their window, or?
Well, it's a little tough to call me before that point. The best thing to do is comply as best as possible with an officer, but always invoking that right to counsel. Mm-hmm. If you're ever being interrogated by law enforcement, by the police, invoking your right to counsel and saying, I'd like to speak to my attorney or to an attorney, will stop the interrogation right then and give you the opportunity to consult with someone.
Well, let's do this. Let's give out your number right now, and we're going to tell our viewers, memorize this, so if you do get in some trouble, I mean, a lot of 90% of the time, they're picking people up and you're not even guilty, or your degree of guilt isn't that big a deal, and it's the prosecutor's job to get you prosecuted and convicted.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to be, if you're in a little trouble, you don't want to be there to help the prosecutor do his job. You want to protect yourself. So call someone like Patrick Fortune. What's your number, Patrick?
Well, I'll take a chance here. As long as we're talking about criminal offense, I'll give out my mobile number, but you can reach me at any time. My phone number is 559-633-9529, and I've answered that call and talked to clients at Saturday evenings, Sunday mornings. Mm-hmm. If you need help, I'm there for you.
You answer when they need you. That's a good attorney.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them go to bed by 8 o'clock at night and don't bother me till Monday morning, but that's when a lot of stuff happens when you might need an attorney.
Right. Most common complaint from a customer about their attorney is that they are unable to ever get them on their phone.
Right.
So I do answer my calls.
Now, you've also handled some kind of real estate disputes and stuff like that. So I would say if you need an attorney for whatever reason, call Patrick, just see if he can handle the case.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'd say the best thing is to always reach out and ask an attorney earlier rather than later about what can be done or what should be done. Most attorneys, myself included, provide a free consultation so that you can at least ask a question and figure out where the cards are going to fall.
Now, what about a real estate contract? Would you look at something like that for someone?
Oh, absolutely. One of the areas that I've had the most experience in is in evictions and dealing with a lot of lease and rental contracts, but real property sale as well.
I have a little real estate business. I tell all my clients, just have an attorney look at it. It doesn't cost you $1 million, but it's a little protection, and they catch the little things that we mortals don't always notice in a contract. Because most of us do one or two big contracts in our life, and you studied it. Spent a lot of time studying it.
And all of a sudden, one little paragraph that seems a little innocuous can actually be the most important one in there.
Now, you have a website somebody could go to and check out your business?
Yes, I do. My website down there on the screen is www.doylefortune.com. and we can be contacted there. And like I said, it's always best to reach out earlier on and ask that question early, and maybe spend an hour's time dealing with the problem now, as opposed to waiting it to turn into a real problem and having to spend countless number of hours trying to fix it.
I've learned the hard ways. It's better to spend a couple $100 up front on an attorney than tens of thousands on the other end on an attorney, or thousands and thousands trying to save you from paying tens of thousands. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Anything else you want to add?
No, just that, like I said, I'm a young attorney. I've only been practicing about 1 year now, but really love all the cases that I've had, so I invite new challenges and invite anyone to give me a call at any chance. As far as criminal defense, I'll pretty much beat anyone's prices out there. So please give me a call, and let's take a look at your issue.
Yeah, we urge you to go and call Patrick Fortune. We'll be back with more Central Valley Business right after this.